Hey guys, it's the Bookworm21. Today we're going to be doing 3 book reviews. I know, can you handle the excitement? So, I thought I would just do this. So let's get to the fun. Okay, the first book here is, of course, Hawk Song by Amelia Atwater Rose again. This book is about a girl who is a shapeshifter named Danica, and she is a royal member of the family of hawks. So she's like a princess. Well, her kind and her country is at war with the Serpentines, which are snake people. And of course, she wants to save her people and her family and blah blah blah. And so she decides to create a marriage with Zane, the leader of the Serpentines. So within this marriage, her and him will marry, and then it'll be, 2 countries will become one. Well, basically, it starts out typically, she doesn't like him, he doesn't like her. There's a couple attempts on her life, he saves her, and then throughout the course of that, they fall in love and they get married. Apparently this book here has started a whole series because she's pregnant at the end of this book. So there was a werewolf series, and then there was a were-leopard series and a were-tiger, and on and on. And I think the next books or 2 are her children and generation on and on. I really didn't like this book. I just found it boring and bland, and it was so long-winded. It was just talking and talking and talking, and I just felt like by the 4th chapter I just wanted to skim through and just get it done to get it done. It was not an enjoyable read. I like Amelia Atwater Rose to a point, but I think that some of her books are very bland and stilted. It's like she has a vampire, for example. He falls in love with the human. He turns the human, and then the human goes off. It's a vampire now and has to live on their own. So there's A, B, and there's no C in the story. I mean, it's something you could do if you wanted to take it out from the library, but I don't think I'd buy it. I'm not going to buy the rest of the series in this. It's not interesting enough for me. She has written a new book, a vampire book, and I will be reading that, so hopefully, maybe by now she's had a chance to kind of work out some stuff. So we'll see. Okay, the second book is called I Tell You I Love You, But Then I Have to Kill You by Allie Carter. So there's that book right there. Okay, this focuses on a girl named Cameron who goes to a private school for girls called the Gallagher School for Girls. Her mom's a headmistress, but what we really find out is the Gallagher School for Girls is actually a school for spies. Okay, cool concept, pretty good. I can live with this. Well, what happens is we find out throughout the story that Cameron's mom used to be this top CIA agent, and she's training her daughter to be the same way. And I will have to say that some parts are kind of interesting. They do use a lot of CIA, FBI lingo, so you can tell she's done her research that way. And so Cameron and her 3 friends, Rebecca, Beck, who's British, and Allie, who's kind of the nerdy bookworm girl, they all have code names, and Cameron's is Chameleon because she can blend into any crowd. She's kind of proud of that. She's kind of like the superstar of the group, I guess. Well, what happens is, on a mission at the town fair, she's tracking a teacher to see if she can track him, I guess, for like a class. What does she do? But she runs into some local hottie named Josh. And all of a sudden, violins begin to play and birds begin to tweet, and she falls in love. Well, So they get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. She makes up some story about her life, and he finds out, and then she tells him about being a spy. And then, she goes off to Montana for the summer, but he's in love with her and all this crap. But here's the thing, what really kicked me in the butt. This tough, independent, intelligent girl who's a spy and can kick butt and speak 17 languages, and she knows karate and taekwondo, and she can, kill a man with a toothpick. The minute she meets the guy, what does she do? She uses all of her spy training to find out more about a boy, because, she's in love, and, oh my gosh, he's hot, and it's just, oh my gosh. She becomes this dribbling, snippy, whiny, if I don't get a kiss on the prom, I'm gonna die kind of girl. And it really sucked. It just, I don't know, I just didn't like it. Yes, this book is a sequel. There is a second one out there. And no, I would not be reading it, and I don't think you could either. I mean, it is, I went out and bought this, so this thing is $15.99, so don't waste your money. If it's something you absolutely have to read, library. Okay, people. The third and final book is a romance novel. Can you handle the excitement? I know I can't. It's by Lynsay Sands, pretty good author, and it's called Love Bites. Okay. There's a book. They're basically 1,000-year-old vampire named, and I can't even pronounce this, okay? So if someone out there knows how to pronounce this, please let me know. It's spelled Etienne. Whatever that is. Eugene? I don't know. That kind of took me out of it too. Anyway, vampire dude, he is rescued by Rachel, who's a night technician at a hospital, because he's being attacked by a vampire hunter. She saves him. Vampire hunter kills her. He saves her. In this book series, one vampire can only turn one person in their lifetime, and that has to be their mate. So over at the course of the book, they fall in love, blah, blah, blah. She likes being a vampire. He, that sort of thing. He meets her family. She meets his family, whatever. In the end, they fall in love, and they get married. Pretty good book. Funny in some parts. Quick read. I mean, it looks like a big book, but it's not one of these epic 3-hour, 3-month books. It's pretty, weekend if you're bored. Hot romance. There is some sex scenes in there. It's not something I'd recommend to the younger crowd, but if you're, of age, rock on. There's a lot of books in this series, a lot of vampire books, and I pretty much have them all. So I will be reading them, and I'll let you know. So, I know I've been kind of reviewing a lot of sucky books lately, and I'm sorry for that. Been kind of in a funk about it. But hopefully the tide is turning, and there's a couple of books out there that are going to be reading, and it's going to be much better. And of course we'll get back to the Anita series, but books are like waves. Some are up, some are down. So until then, I'm going to keep reading, and so should you. Bye!